Grimdark, Ohio, for day 6, I think, of the vlog. I'm kind of congested, not feeling the best today. One of those things that really didn't want to do it necessarily, but powering through. I did say a vlog a day. I was unsure what to do. My oldest suggested I do a lore dump, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of talk through one of the factions for the Deep Between. Yeah, it was just one of those things I was thinking about as I was struggling to catch my breath here and breathe, since I'm all congested. I thought of this old illustration. It's kind of a motivational thing. I had to look it up. I originally thought it was like Alan Watts or somebody like that, but it was Eric Thomas. I think he's like a motivational speaker, minister. But it's about this guy that wants to have some success, so he goes to a guru, and long and short of it, the guru takes him to the beach. He's not sure that has anything to do with the success. He keeps going deeper out into the water. The guy listens to the guru, goes out deeper and deeper, and then when he's like way out, he starts to kind of panic, realizing he might be in too deep, and he wants to go back to the shore. And as he tries to go away, the old guru guy kind of dunks him into the water, and he can't breathe. He's thrashing, and when he's done, he gets up and he says, something along the lines of like, when you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, that's when it'll come to you. So I definitely want to breathe today. So not sure exactly how I'm going to splice this together, if I'm just going to run it on the camera or if I'll just do it strictly on the mic. But yeah, let's get into some lore. All right, so decided instead of sitting in front of the camera while I'm sitting here all stuffy and clawing at my face, I would just do the audio and just roll through some pictures of Mercenary Breachers stuff as I kind of talk about the faction. So with the setting of the Deep Between, there are these kind of these black hole things that open up. They're called breaches. In the lore, they've kind of sort of always existed. It kind of connects what is a alternate version of our world to the place that is called the Deep Between. And from that place, from that point, from that kind of alternate dimension, every reality, anything possible all bleeds into that singular place. So while you can't go from, the settings location to another location, you can by going into the Deep Between, and then from the Deep Between to that other place, right? So it's kind of a fun way that explains all myths, legends, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, everything that's weird and mythic and cryptid and anything else, that's all possible through the setting with that. So Mercenary Breachers are exactly those two words. They are mercenaries and they are breachers. So they sometimes work for these different corporations and mega corporations. Sometimes they work for nation states. Sometimes they're pirates, veterans on the lam, or defectors, or anything you can kind of imagine. Your group, your crew can be that. The look for them, I'll probably put some pictures up here that I chose. I kind of wanted to have this astronaut, kind of almost hard sci-fi grounded look to it. The game setting itself is not hard sci-fi, but I just really wanted that look, just tubing and all these little gadgets, and a suit that we could probably see in the near future if there was a interdimensional fighting force. um, yeah, so they have these kind of very real world, near future, tooled up versions of rifles. Uh, the one I went with was essentially the AK, the Kalashnikov. It's iconic. It's kind of just got a great profile, and I thought that it would be um, a cool weapon for the kind of these guys to use. Um, there are there's one right now. There's within the next week or so there'll be a second, but there'll be three short stories dealing with a crew of breachers, to kind of do some lore building. That's been put up on the My Mini Factory and Patreon pages. You don't have to be a paying member of Patreon to have access to that. That's sorry. It is available as long as you are a member of Patreon, so you can do it as a free member tier. And it's kind of cool. It's a crew that goes into the deep between, without spoiling it. There's some neat characters in that. They have discussions, because while they're all hired by someone, whether that is a company or what, that'll kind of play out. But they're not all from the same place. So there is an exchange in the first little lore excerpt there called "The Plunge," where these two characters are going back and forth about one of the most, I guess, central mega corporations in the setting, in Cilia industry, and kind of their view of it, the way they've experienced it from the different versions of the same reality that they're kind of going through, and like kind of how that differs, and it's kind of a fun thing because the game is made to be model agnostic. So if players don't like the vision of breachers that I have, you can use whatever models that make sense. A lot of these weapon profiles are also going to be laid out with like rifle, pistol, energized rifle, things that are kind of just explanatory. So as long as your opponent it makes sense to the two of you, it's all good. But yeah, they go into these breaches. One of the rules about the breaches is that they'll open up, they'll expand, and then they kind of hit like their maximum size, and then they contract until they're gone. So you're kind of on a race for the clock. Once someone goes in, whether you're Mercenary Breachers or another faction, once you're in, you're on the clock. If you want to get back out, you have to get back out through the same breach before it closes. So that's just kind of something fun and about the setting. So a lot of times, they're on a race to try to get in before other factions and powers at play show up, and even with that, some prey on the breaches themselves, and will look to pick off companies and different factions that are going in and out of these breaches. There's some that just they're scavengers, so that they're not even really necessarily going into these breaches. Mercenary breachers are sometimes like protective forces for different groups, different factions, just because they're all hired guns, right? So they have a lot of experience. They've seen all sorts of crazy things, in the game, they're kind of the take all comers as long as you keep them far away faction. They have tools to deal with everything except getting punched in the face. They do not like to be up close and in close quarters with, like, the aliens, the Iraqs, and the Vays. They're both very melee focused factions, and Breachers just definitely don't like getting caught out. They don't have very good or many options when they're up and close like that. But yeah, they're a cool faction, and I'm really excited to show off some more. Hopefully, some of these illustrations and concept art and renders and stuff kind of get you excited. Unfortunately, just because the way things went, even though they were the faction that I kind of put the most work into initially, they kind of fell behind, just the way, like, work lined up with sculptors and things like that. So they're all their loves come in more in like the April May range, so a couple months out. But they have some really great stuff coming beyond just the initial Breacher, and I really can't wait to show all that off. So hopefully I wasn't too gross or miserable sounding, and yeah, till the next video.